Joining me on the phone this morning, George Pataki, former Republican governor of New York State. Governor, thank you for your time. There's a lot of back and forth going on right now. As we speak, there are folks testifying who have been victims of violent crime at this hearing. But I guess the larger question is it a political stunt by members of the Judiciary Committee to hold this field hearing? What does it actually accomplish?
Well, I hope it does point out the fact that District Attorney Bragg really hasn't done the job he took the oath of office to do. You know, when he got sworn in on his first day, he put out a publication listing all the crimes he would not seek jail time for. That is a violation of his oath of office. He can't just decide what laws he's going to enforce and what laws he's not going to enforce. That is not the role of the DA. You don't have a democracy if one person can decide what laws to enforce. And I just saw a statistic today that there are less than half, about half as many police arrests for misdemeanors, breaking into shops, stealing stuff from shops, than there were before he took office. And there's no question that's because Bragg just doesn't prosecute these cases and lets them go. So it's just a sad situation for New York. We need a district attorney, as we've always had, who upholds all of the law.
And what's your response to some of the numbers? I mean, you heard Democrats this morning come out and say, you know, we've got thefts and some other things that are up, but violent crime, murders and rapes, those things are down.
Well, first of all, they're down because we had record highs under de Blasio. We had a terrible inactive police department. We had a mayor who, from the top down, didn't want to enforce the laws or impose the laws, so crime went through the roof. So, yes, they're down, and I give Mayor Adams credit for that. I think he has got the police department doing a great job, much better than under de Blasio. But that doesn't change the fact that Bragg is not upholding the law, that he is violating his oath of office. And it's just unfortunate because you don't need politics when it comes to the criminal justice system. The law is the law, and district attorneys, judges, prosecutors, police should all simply follow that law.
You know, what would you say to people who say, well, if a law is broken, it is his job as district attorney to prosecute, right? So there are many people who say probably shouldn't have gone after this case against Trump for the business wrongdoings and the hush money case, but he did, and he's citing the law that was broken to do so. So how would you respond to people who say, you know, you break the law, there is accountability?
Well, the fact that the prior prosecutors, other prosecutors looked at this case and just said there was no case tells you all you need to know. And they were not, you know, Republican Trumpite prosecutors. Cyrus Vance, a liberal Democrat prosecutor, looked at it and said there was no basis to bring the charge. And you look at the charge itself, and it is just really nonsensical. Now, I'm not a Trump guy. And I don't want to be defending him at all. But I do think this was a blatantly political prosecution and unfortunate. There are other cases, you know, like the top secret documents in Mar-a-Lago where it appears that he did not tell the truth about the fact that he was retaining them. Those are worth looking at deeply. But the case that Bragg brought, it was simply a political prosecution and unfortunate.
How would you characterize the crime situation in New York right now? I mean, compared to when you served as governor, I mean, I was just in New York and I had heard before my visit how bad it had gotten. I didn't see it. What would you say to people who aren't there?
It's better than it was a year or two ago under de Blasio because Mayor Adams is doing a good job, and he's doing things like rounding up the mentally ill homeless who are on the streets and getting them the treatment they need, and they were a significant part of that crime. But you look at quality of life crimes, you look at things like smash and grabs, you look at holdups in bodegas, you go into a drugstore in New York and virtually everything is behind a lock and key. That wasn't the case 5 years ago. It wasn't the case when I was governor. So from a quality of life standpoint, we've seen street crime, not violent crime, but crimes against the quality of life go through the roof. And that is just a terrible burden for New Yorkers, unfortunate. And if we had a good district attorney instead of Alvin Bragg, I think those would be under control. Just one more statistic. There just came out the fact that a little over 300 people had committed over 6,000 shoplifting offenses. You know, you arrest those people, you hold them in jail, and you're going to see the quality of life improve greatly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.